Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Now that you watched part one, you're here to see part two. So, in the first series, I showed you how to apply a strong foundation for your wig as well as your bald cap method. Now, in part two, I'm going to show you how I personally lay my wig. Everybody's style and technique is different. I mean, some people rush it, some people, take their time and really make it how they want it to look. For me, myself personally, I'd like to go with the flow, and if I can keep it moving, I'm gonna keep it moving. If I can, slow it down on certain points, I will. But yeah, I gotta go at my pace. Now, as I was saying before in part one, this wig, I just washed it last night. I didn't apply any excess products. All I did was shampoo, condition it. So right here, you can see the inside of the wig. This is the lace in the back with the adjustable straps. It came with combs in them, but I ended up cutting the combs out. I really had no use for them. I find that with this wig is too pretty. I'm not gonna lie. Some hair is just too pretty to just pop on in my book. So when you get really good hair like this, the only thing I want to do is glue it down and wear it for a little bit. And right now I'm just combing through it, getting all of that excess hair out the way. This is what it looked like in its natural state, its natural form. This is without any product on it except for regular shampoo and conditioner, but no oils added, no anything. This is the wig. And right now, as you can see, I'm about to pop it on. So I had to leave some of these little duck combs in it to get it out of my way, because I don't want the lace rolling up, or I don't want any hair, because I cut baby hair in this. I don't want any hair getting up under this wig. Like I said, forgive me guys if I keep looking down, but I do need to look in the mirror to make sure that I apply this wig as properly and as neatly as possible. Neatness, quality, it takes time. So again, part two is going to be just like part one. It is not going to be a sped up video. It's going to show you how I personally take time to put on my wigs. Hope you like, hope you enjoy, hope you share, hope you subscribe. Now let's get into this. But you know what? I'm going to stop calling this a two-part series. I'm going to call it a three-part series. Part one is where I made my strong foundation to apply the wig. Part two is going to be me actually applying the wig. And part three is going to be me styling it on my head a little bit. Because me just plopping it on, like I said, I didn't do anything to it. Yeah, I'm going to need some stuff done to this wig. I've already seen it. I already know what it looked like. But hey, it's good hair. So it's not going to bother me. And I hope it don't bother you. Let's go. All right. Now, with any wig, you have the ear tabs. Like I said, I've already applied this wig before. It's already been cut. So I already know what I want to do. I'm going to start with the CHIC BOND. I'm going to use the Extreme cream today. This is what I'll be using. I love this stuff. I love the black one. I love this one. I love it all. I love it all. But I'm going to use this one today because most ladies, as we know, have sensitive skin. And this is specifically for sensitive skin and oily skin. And you can wear it wear and tear, extreme weather. In my opinion, it's cold outside. It's snowing outside. This is extreme weather. I don't want my hair to fall off. Okay. Now, we're going to start by putting little dabs. I like to actually put it on the wig cap and just a tad of it on my skin. And this is how I do my customers' wigs as well. I don't like to put it on the skin. I don't like to put it on the hairline. I like to dab a little bit on the skin and on the cap. But when it comes to the ears, oh, I'm not afraid to put it down on the skin around the ears. And this glue has the same disclaimer as a lot of them. And I know I should have wiped this off of alcohol. I skipped that step, but guess what? The show must go on. Normally I wipe around my little crevices with my alcohol. But not today. I skipped that step. Forgive me. Don't shoot me. And when they say a nice thin layer, this is what they mean. You want to apply a nice amount of glue without doing too much. As you can see, this side is spaced out. It's really nice. This side, I kind of like dragged it a little bit. That's where my wood sticks come in. I want to smear it in really thin, but I do not want to get rid of all the glue. So you're going to take your time when it comes to smearing it, because you don't want to wipe the glue off. You just want to smear it real nice and thin. I used to have a brush that I would do this with, but I found that the sticks were better for me. And no, you do not want to start on your second coat until your first coat has dried. And you need to make sure that it's dried thoroughly. And although they say wait till it turns clear, I like to use the dryer on the very last coat. I want to make sure that it's completely tacky. I want to make sure that my clients and my wigs do not come off. And I need to make sure that it is fully taking that glue. And I need to make sure that the glue is doing its job properly. So, as you can see, I've smeared it in. But if you cannot see this white residue, this thickness, it's not clear yet. It has to go clear. This on the sides is already starting to look really, really good. And being as though this is some of the makeup from the cat, that's why it's giving me that kind of look, that brownish look. But that's okay though, that's fine, because once I pop my wig on, you won't be able to see any of this. So from where I'm sitting, it's clear. It's clear, honey. Next, this glue, I must say, this glue says you can only use the one layer, but I feel like I want to get a nice amount of wear and tear. So honey, I do 3 layers. I don't do that one layer coat. I don't care what the glue says. I don't care how good they say it is. One layer, in my personal opinion, unless you want it on for like a weekend, then you can go ahead with the one layer. But I do not do one layer. I never have, and I probably never will, unless it's for like a weekend. See? Same thing. You want to smear it in nice and light. In some cases, when I have clients with different forehead shapes, or the wig hasn't been plucked yet, what I'll do is I'll take an eyebrow pencil or a tailor's chalk, Now make an outline of their head, and then when it comes to applying the wig, I'm going to make sure that I apply it all the way to the T. Only so that I know not to go overboard on the glue or not to go under with the glue. I need to make sure that it's proportioned right. And I like to bring the glue forward instead of bringing it back, because if you bring it back, you push it onto the wig cap and you're going to end up with this. A lot of white smearage and makeup blended in, and that's not a good look. We want it to look real. We want it to look like can't nobody touch your skin and your hairline. So on the parts that look like they've been pushed back, I'm pushing them forward, and I'm going almost in a circular motion just to smooth it out. See? Nice and clear. Now that I looked, I like what I see. We're gonna get to layer 3. But sometimes, because I've been using this for a while, I have to take alcohol and just kind of go over the top. I don't like that super sticky stuff. I want to keep my products preserved. But as long as I possibly can. So I like to preserve the supplies. Next is layer 3. On layer 3, I do the same exact thing. Only this time, after I get done smearing it, I'm going to sit underneath the blow dryer for 5 minutes. Well, 3 to 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be the whole 5 minutes. Now, as you can see, it already turned clear with me smearing it in, but I still want to keep that extra protection. When I put this on, I like to keep track of the time for the 3rd layer so that I know how long it takes.
Please hear once.
Now, we don't want to make it too hard where it dries like completely. We did want to make it tacky, and we definitely have that tackiness. So now that it's tacky, I'm going to go right on in and start applying my wig. As soon as I get this hair off my fingers. Some people start from the middle, some people start from wherever they want to start, but I personally like to start at the sides. See this? You're supposed to bring it down a little bit more from where the cap is. That way you don't have to worry about discoloration. And you're going to lightly press. I don't like to press too much because I actually like to take my scissors, and I actually like to take scissors or tweezer. They say do it with a rat tail comb, but I figured anything that's metal will work. Or anything that is just not your actual skin touching it will work. And you see how that's already sticking? Look at it, it's pulling my skin. Sis, this is that glue that you need to get you through more than a weekend. Or hell, it could be a good weekend at the club. You dig? Pull them ears out. Pull that wig down in the back. I wanna glue down the back, but I just feel like I might mess it up because I just have a few mirrors. I don't want to do too many mirrors, and then it's like I want to show y'all everything. So we're not going to worry about the back today. Well, not right now. And I'm looking at it, and I'm just pulling it back, because you know how sometimes when you put on your wig, you have that hump because it looked like it wasn't pulled back enough. It looked like it was pulled too much to the front. So while I actually put on my wig, I'm pulling it from the back. And I'm laying it down. My little scissors, I'm going in and I'm laying it down. And if you have any hair that did not get laid, make sure, and I really do mean this, make sure that you go back in. You take your little bit of glue. You could even put it on the edge of this, and you go in and you fix it. You just lay it down because you don't want anything halfway coming up. And then it's like, okay, do I want to lay the baby hairs? I don't have any excess glue on my forehead, and I don't think I'm gonna do baby hairs right now. I don't want to mess up this foundation. It's not time yet. So now that y'all can see what the wig is beginning to look like, styling and everything else will come in my part 3 video. But right now, I'm gonna go ahead and sit up under the dryer again. So as y'all can see, as y'all clearly can see, this glue is the and as soon as I get up from this and I'm able to like really swing my hair, I'm gonna swing my hair. Told you I'm pulling on it as it's laying because I don't want any mess ups. Okay. We don't have anything rolled up. You can see it. Whenever it's like this, because I didn't put any makeup on underneath of the cap this time. Normally that's what I do, but I didn't put anything underneath. I'm going to go back in with just a tad bit of powder. I'm not going to use the HD. Just going to put a tad of powder in between these parts, just to give it that natural appeal. I know it looks super white right now, but once you get into it, and once it's finished drying, it does not look like this at all. The lighting from the camera always makes it look kind of weird at first. And I used to always wonder that, like, why does that look super light? A, lighting. B, the camera, it's showing the flaws, but it's not showing you what it's going to look like when it's done completely drying. And then I go back on, because my skin is very, very finicky. It will look light, but then at the same time, it's super brown. So I just had to go back in it with some more makeup. So now that that's done, I'll go back in. Because this is what I want people to pay attention to, the front. After you smear that makeup in a little bit more with your fingers. My little baby hairs that was cut in here. I'm gonna loosen all of this up. I'm gonna take the bottom of this. I'll go in through it. This is why I said styling will come with the next video. Any parts that I think needs to be embellished with makeup, we'll definitely get it. Whew, that was a lot. And as you can see, this wig is dying to get styled. So after 2 minutes of being under the dryer, we're gonna move on to part 3. And thank you for tuning in to part 2.